Okay, let's just get right into it. If you are a seriously skilled professional, but your income has just kind of flatlined, then this is for you. I'm telling you, the answer to your problem is probably not what you think it is.
Does this sound familiar? You hit a wall and your first thought is, okay, I need another credential. I need another piece of paper to prove I'm good enough. But that's not really the issue here.
And you definitely don't need to spend another $1,000 and a whole weekend glued to your screen, just absorbing more and more information that, let's be honest, probably isn't going to translate into more income. And this is the absolute key. Your capability? That's not the problem. The problem is how you're packaging that capability. And that is exactly what we are going to break down right now. This whole frustrating cycle, it actually has a name. It's called the skill accumulation trap. And it's a pattern that keeps so many smart, talented people from earning what they're actually worth. I mean, here's the crazy part, isn't it? You spend months, maybe even years, getting better and better at what you do. You're objectively more valuable, you're more knowledgeable, but your bank account just doesn't seem to notice. So why? What is going on? This slide right here makes a really critical distinction. See, on one hand, collecting skills, yeah, that increases your internal capacity, what you're capable of doing. But the market doesn't pay for capacity. The market pays for solutions that meet external demand. They are two completely different things. So if the solution isn't just piling on more skills, then what is it? Well, it's something called offer architecture. Let's define exactly what we mean by that. So, offer architecture, think of it as the strategic design of your entire business model. And notice it's not just about what you do, it's about who you do it for, the very specific problem you solve, and the precise, measurable outcome you deliver. It's a complete intentional structure. And this analogy just illustrates it perfectly. Look, you can have the best bricks in the entire world, but without a blueprint, all you really have is a pile of bricks. Your skills? Those are the bricks. Your offer architecture? That's the blueprint that assembles those bricks into something massive, valuable, and seriously impressive, a skyscraper. Okay, let's make this even more practical. I really want to show you why a well-structured offer is always going to outperform a vague collection of skills, no matter how many credentials are behind them. So, take a look at these two consultants. Just based on how they present themselves, who do you think is charging more? I mean, who would you trust more with a really critical business problem? I mean, the difference is just staggering, right? Consultant A has way more credentials, but their offer is just a generic label business coaching. Consultant B, on the other hand, has fewer certifications, but their offer, it's a system. It promises a specific audience, a specific result in a specific time frame. Now that is the power of architecture. And here's the big takeaway from that. The extreme clarity of Consultant B's offer, it signals control. And control signals competence way more effectively than a long list of certificates ever could. That's what gives a client real confidence. Okay, so how do you actually build this thing? Let's get into the actionable framework. I'm going to give you a concrete 5-layer model you can use to start architecting your very own offers. These are the 5 layers you need to design. We start by going super deep on the problem. Then we connect it directly to money. We establish why it needs to be solved now. We define how we're different. And only then, at the very end, do we figure out the delivery. Let's just look at that first layer, problem depth. A surface level offer is, I improve productivity, which is nice, but a deep architected offer is, I eliminate the revenue leakage that is costing your firm 15 to 20% every single year. Which of those problems do you think a CEO is going to pay a premium to solve? It's a no-brainer. All right, now let's put this into practice with a quick restructuring exercise. We're going to take a super common, kind of vague offer and apply these architectural principles to turn it into a high-value system. So on the left, you see the vague commodity, I provide leadership coaching. And on the right, you see the architected premium solution, a system for a specific person with a specific goal and a specific timeline. That's the transformation we're talking about. So what makes that new offer so much better? Well, it's because it checks all the boxes. It's got a specific audience, it promises a clear transformation, it includes a timeline that creates urgency, and it has a unique angle that makes it different from everyone else. That is architecture. To wrap this all up, applying this model, it requires more than just a tactical change.
It really requires a fundamental shift in how you see your own value and, frankly, your role in the marketplace. This right here is the single most important takeaway. If your income has been stuck, please stop internalizing it as some kind of personal failure of competence. It's not. It was simply a failure of commercial design. You don't need to be better. You need to be packaged better. And when you get this right, oh man, everything changes. Your pricing confidence just skyrockets. Sales calls get shorter, they get easier because the value is just obvious. You get better referrals because people know exactly who to send your way. Even your delivery gets easier because you're solving the same core problem every time. You create real authority. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Are you going to keep collecting bricks, just hoping they'll somehow assemble themselves into a career? Or are you ready to become the architect and start engineering a system that truly reflects your value? The choice is yours.